Here's what you missed on Many Realms. Kind of miraculously, after you walk the half an hour, you do see the wagons that are still there. This superficially looks like the other rooms that are in the inn, obviously. There are a couple of key differences. There is a circle of strange symbols and writings in what looks to be blood. This is some kind of spell, necromantic in origin.
Granny, let's get some whiskey!
Granny's like, shots.
Hey, I'm Jory, and I'm playing Juniper, and it is wonderful to be here.
Hey, I'm Jillian. I play Anisha. It's pretty chill to be here.
Hi, I'm Eli. I play Olivet. Jory took my word, but I love being here.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm playing Mateo, and it's stupendous to be here.
Hi, I'm Jesse. I'm your Dungeon Master, and it's time to attend the tale of Many Realms. Talk about experience points and leveling up. So I gave Anisha experience points for their mud bath moment. Mateo, you have leveled up, correct?
Yes, I have.
You're now a level 2 stink boy.
Level 2 rogue, so that just comes with a hit point up and cunning action I've now gained.
And now you're proficient in crossbow as well after Olivet's training.
Yes.
Olivet, you have leveled up as well?
Yes, Olivet now has action surge, which is great, and more HP.
Nice. We've alluded to this a couple of times, but never really directly addressed it, but right now Juniper doesn't really have like a proper character class.
I have no skills.
Just when Jory created her character, we talked about it, and we realized that like based on her sort of role in the village, it didn't really make sense for her to be like anything. Like she wasn't a character who was like supposed to be like anyone in combat or any kind of magical skill or anything like that. So 5e doesn't have any good established rules for like 0 level characters, so we're kind of playing it by ear. Juniper has enough XP to level up and will probably take a health increase, but we'll talk about what like class features may come down the road.
We'll see what happens.
And Anisha is very close to leveling up. As you prepare to resume your journey, the sun rises on the Fernwood Inn, which is to say, the sun is impaled on the heavy, thorny canopy of the thicket and drips down the branches like blood from a wound. Stray splashes and drops of sunshine provide enough light to press the gloom back into the furthest crannies of the woods and illuminate the work underway. In the yard, Ogman has dismantled one of the wagons and used its salvage to repair and restore the other 2. Granny asked Juniper to help her clean and polish all of her goods, and Juniper, you get the feeling that her determined cleaning is an attempt to shake off the troubles of the past couple of days. Anisha, when you first leave your room, you find a bundle wrapped in paper on your doorstep. It contains 6 sticks of spicy jerky, dried apple slices, and a jar of pickled onions. Mateo, as you're getting down to breakfast, Ogman heads back in to clean himself up from his work in the yard, and he gives you 3 crossbow bolts. He tells you that each of them carries a slight enchantment that empowers it with a different field of magic. One of them can deal extra fire damage, one of them can deal cold damage, and the third deals radiant damage. 1 each. Captain Alvera, you wake up with a wicked hangover.
Yeah, I do.
Try that again.
That was good.
That's the level I need you to be at all the time.
I am incredibly hungover.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably pretty late in the morning too, and everyone else is already up and on their way.
Does Olivet remember last night?
Yeah. I mean, she's like 6'3" and close to 200 pounds. So she's like drunk. She didn't black out.
As you get dressed and head downstairs, you pass the door that is once again locked, leading to the strange room that you all encountered, and you sit down for your final breakfast at the Fernwood. Ginny gets down some oatmeal with some cinnamon on your tables and says, still headed for Willow Run today?
I think so.
I can't. Don't even look at me. Jessica will take the wheel today.
Juniper.
Well, I'm pretty good to drive to start, says Barth. But if you want to practice a little bit driving, you can sit by me.
Yeah, I can learn how to drive. Okay.
Ogman says, now thanks again to the wonderful Anisha, we were able to get the wagons back, even recover some of the supplies. That's why Barth has so much food to share. He holds up a little piece of salted jerky and nibbles on it. And he says, so what I did was I took basically the best parts of the wagon that had most of its wheels pretty shot, and I used them to replace all the side railings, restring the canvas, and secure all of these spokes. So we have 2 wagons that are in pretty good condition and should move pretty quickly along the way. I'm hoping we can get to Willow Run by the afternoon.
So where are we hoping to get? As a party outside.
We're just trying to learn.
Because I can't remember the entire geography of the map. Because we got a couple locations from this note, yes?
We're trying to get to Hertshire. Or we aren't trying to get to Hertshire, but she mentions Hertshire.
Okay. So presumably there might be some information there, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that like past Willow Run?
Captain Alvera, you have your map.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna fare at Hertshire.
Why?
Hertshire's been, well, a ghost town for at least 10 years.
Where is it?
Well, you know that fork where we turned right? We should have turned left if we wanted to go there. It's kind of equidistant from Tower Hill as Willow Run is.
Why is it a ghost town?
Well, the traveling merchants have always said that it's overrun by all sorts of whatever monsters they come up with.
Cool, let's go to Willow Run.
If you say that, then never mind. We'll just go to Willow Run.
Anisha, what words do you say at breakfast?
Hope I don't die today.
Me too.
Love it. Love that energy.
Amen.
You load up your wagons, and any last words or deeds as you pack up your things from your rooms at the Fernwood?
Can I tip Ginny?
Yeah.
We stayed 2 nights?
You said, yes, 2 nights.
So it's 4?
Yes.
Oh jeez. Oh no, I can't tip her.
Oh, heck.
Oh no.
Oh, heck.
Oh no. I don't have money.
You could give her anything, whatever. It's
I can give her 5 silver.
okay. Do you do this to her, or do you just leave it somewhere for her to take?
I'll do it to her.
So you walk up to the counter as people are walking by, getting their stuff packed up, and you put down a little stack of silver coins.
Sorry about everything.
That's all right. I mean, when you get right down to it, I didn't plan to have any business that night anyway, so more money than I would have had. Just be safe on the road. Don't do anything stupid. It kind of strikes me that this group might like to do stupid things, so that's something I'd advise against. And have fun in Willow Run. It's a really beautiful spot.
All right, thank you.
Okay, the wagons get hitched. The horses get a sort of carrot strung out, always perpetually 3 feet in front of them. They can't quite reach. Just want to chomp it down. And the wagon rolls out of the yard of the Fernwood Inn. After a long day of what passes for sunshine in the thicket, the roads do seem a lot drier, still a little muddy, but Ogman has reinforced the wheels. The horses are well rested finally, and you start making good time. Barth says, to Juniper, I guess, because Juniper, you're gonna stay at the front of the wagon for a little bit.
I guess so. I'm learning how to drive.
You sit here and you hold this part, and then the horses go on the road.
What's this part?
The reins.
Yeah.
That's all the rules of driving.
Okay.
If you pull on it really hard, the horses go. So that's what I learned in boating school. But she says, so you're looking to head to Hertshire after this?
I don't know. I guess there might be something there worth knowing, but Olivet said there were monsters, and I'm kind of all monstered out.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I mean, that's not too far from where we got ambushed. Monster capital of the world, from as far as I'm concerned.
If it's near where you got ambushed, though, then maybe there's someone there who might know something. Is there anyone there?
Not that I'm aware of. Like I said, it's, if you're coming to this part of the thicket, you head west on the road from Thorley, and then you have to pass through Hertshire because the road cuts straight through what remains of the village. So, I mean, I know it, but I can't say I've ever stopped to spend the night. And as best as I could tell, there's no one there, but the woods around are, unpleasant territory.
What happened there?
Why was it abandoned?
Yeah.
That I don't know. Rumor has it that the monsters just were attacking, were breaching the village too often, or perhaps there was some big attack. I don't know. I wasn't around at the time, but the next time I came this way, everyone had pieced out.
Do you know, are there survivors anywhere? Have you met anyone?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, they scattered. Most of them went east to Thorley and thereabouts, but I wouldn't be surprised if one or two went west up to Willow Run.
All right.
That's a good point. Maybe you can try to find someone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's really the same mystery that we're trying to solve, but
Hey, never hurts to have as much information as you can possibly get, right?
yeah.
That's my attitude. And what about you three in the wagon?
Just groaning and avoiding the light. That's what all of that's up to.
Nothing too particular, I guess. Do these bolts? Are they clearly have these attributes? Are they like? Is the fire one literally like Zelda-esque fire arrow or what?
They are carved along the shaft with a rune that activates when it is loosed from the crossbow. That creates a small elemental magic effect that kind of activates only when they're firing at a target.
Okay, just kind of, I guess, yeah, checking my kit, I guess.
Did you tell anyone or everyone that you had these?
No.
Okay. Anisha, what are you doing?
Yeah, I know. I am looking at Olivet, and I turn to her and I say, "You seem unwell."
Well, Nanisha, I am unwell.
Would you like to meditate?
Does that work?
I find that if you can reconnect your breath with your body, you can stabilize whatever's going on, whether that's in your mind or in your body.
Olivet like crosses herself into the very stereotypical meditation pose and starts going,
Humming is optional. If it helps, go for it. But I invite you to kind of go through your body. You can start with your head, maybe your headache, and just try and bring the air into your body up to your head, and just try and invite that pain to leave.
After I think she tries for maybe like 12 seconds, gets frustrated. It has been a long time since Olivet has had to do something that she is not like at least a little bit good at. And she's like, I don't understand how you could possibly ask it to leave your body. You don't ask pain to leave your body. It hurts. I don't get this.
I laugh.
Was I laughing at you with your little crossbow mishaps the first 18 times?
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm
You just go like this, and I mimic your stereotypical pose, and I'm just like, and then I
Juniper, you hear a scream inside the wagon.
I like shoot up. Is everything okay?
well, yeah, totally. Just
we're meditating.
teaching the Cap here how to meditate.
Doesn't sound like medicine.
It's a work in progress.
I feel good. I feel great, actually.
All right, I go back to my conversation with Barth.
Captain Alvera, for the record, your wicked hangover has granted you 1 level of exhaustion,
Yeah, that's fair.
and you have disadvantage on ability checks
Okay.
until it is otherwise removed. So you make your way like this, attempting to find inner peace, perhaps.
I think I like the idea of meditation. I'm gonna try it a lot.
Okay, you try it a lot. Poorly. Maybe experimenting with different pitches of humming and moaning, as you're trying to find just that right frequency that's gonna knock you clean out.
Beautiful.
Fantasy Mariah Carey emerges from the woods.
I think Anisha will just try to like touch your temples. Just focus. It's not about the right sound. It's about you feeling connected to your body.
Okay.
And it's okay to feel sick. If you feel sick, that is how your body is feeling. It will pass. You've got this.
I think I say, Anisha, are you still feeling a little upset because you almost died again?
I mean, I've been thinking about what you said, And I mean, as much as I did almost die again, I didn't. And, you know, I won. I did something. I dispelled the mud monsters. So it's one thing to train and to train other people, but it's, you know, it's never been real before. So I guess this is real practice, and I think I'll get better.
Anisha, who trained you to meditate?
When I was an apprentice at the tower, the former tower keeper would have done so.
Okay. That is like standard part of your tower keeper training. I suppose you need to like stay vigilant for long periods of time and everything. Speaking of which, after all of this moaning and wailing and creaking and croaking, you hear a scream. Fantastic. This time not coming from inside the wagon, coming from outside the wagon, coming from inside the thicket.
I don't see anything.
Up ahead on your left, there is what looks to be a small foot trail that extends into the woods.
Should we check that out?
Barth is like, I mean, we are making good time, so I'm less worried about that. I am worried about well, I mean, no one's died yet.
So yes.
The screams resolve into like, help me, help me.
All right, I hop out.
Okay. What do the rest of you do?
Olivet takes her shield and sword and goes straight towards it.
Where is this? Is this the front of the caravan?
Yeah, it's in the woods off to the front and to the left of where the caravan is.
Then I will, I guess, hop out. Yeah.
I'm kind of anxious to get to the nearest town. These trails haven't been friendly so far. The only friendly people we've encountered were at the inn, so I don't know that I trust what's beyond this path.
We also encountered a very friendly light dude.
Oh yeah, he was nice.
I guess.
Before we go head down the path, can I just like look in with my dark vision and have a perception check? Mm-hmm. So that is 19.
At the end of like a pretty steep like ditch, there's some kind of ravine, and the cry is coming from inside the ravine.
Just to establish the order, I'd like to be as close to as many of these guys as I can
Yeah.
to use protection.
So there's this big ravine that you're at the edge of, and then in the center there's sort of an even deeper kind of like well depression in it. And looking over the edge, you can see that there is a woman, maybe human or half-elf, who is cowering in the far end of this depression. She is beset upon by two monsters. They look like feral kind of canine men, sort of hyena-headed.
Yeah, it's like standing hyenas.
Like a standing hyena in ragged leather armor equipped with spears and clubs that are approaching this young woman. And around all of them are these sort of bulbous, fleshy, mottled sacs. And a few of the sacs have ruptured. And from out of the ruptured sacs have flown creatures that look like giant, like a cross between a bat and a mosquito.
I will. Oh, actually, I'm hungover right now.
Yeah.
Do enemies still get disadvantage? Because I have disadvantage, so maybe they just cancel out.
Yeah, you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Yeah, okay.
Specifically. Which are separate from like attack rolls or saving throws.
I don't want to get too far from everyone. I move forward to the front of the group and kind of take a defensive stance, and I tell everyone to stick by me, and I'll protect everybody, and I free action yell again.
Yeah, I love the stick by me. That's your voice line. That's when you like select you on the character select screen.
Stick by me.
I don't have any like ranged weapons.
I'm gonna tell you, she will absolutely die if you all just stand there at the top of the stage. I'm just rolling that one out.
So I think I'm gonna ignore the stick by you, because otherwise I'm useless. And I'm gonna run up to number 5. So I'm gonna short sword. So that's a 6.
So you run up to this thing that has like a big proboscis, is like buzzing angrily and has long leathery wings, and you swipe at it with your sword, but it kind of nimbly dodges. These things are gonna buzz out and fuck up everyone's whole shit. Juniper, this bug creature flies up to you and lands with long barbed legs curling around your bicep and plunges its proboscis into your arm. And you take 4 points of damage due to blood loss, and this sucker is now like on you. He's attached to your arm.
Is he like leeching?
He is leeching your blood. It's not a grapple because it is not big enough to like effectively grapple you. You would have to use an action to remove it. Olivet, the other one buzzes up to you, but its proboscis can't penetrate your like actual professional armor. And the hyena creature bats away at the other one with its club. The woman is on her ground in the sort of brackish water in the bottom of this ravine, and she's swatting at the one that's kind of crowding her face.
How far away is the nearest mosquito?
Say 30 feet.
I can get a little closer and I'll try and throw a dart at it, I guess.
Sure. You can, I guess, reach it from here reasonably. Sure.
13.
That does not hit. You run forward, pull out a dart, and loose it into the air, but this is a tiny creature, so it's hard to hit. Do you do anything else?
I back up because I'm scared.
Loved that. The hyena men turn to assess this new situation. One of them is going to hit the woman with his spear, but it's going to miss. And the other one is going to run up to Juniper.
I have so much HP now.
Love that energy. That hits, and you take 8 points of damage.
I don't have that much HP anymore.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'll take a stab at the hyena man, but I don't know how you want to rule this because I'm probably like half pissing my pants stabbing a hyena man.
You can let yourself be like enough of an adventurer to take like a legit regular normal attack. Like
Okay.
that's only fair.
Okay.
You want to impose so many disadvantages on yourself, but it's like
I mean, it only makes sense. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to actually like play this right. It's like
sure.
these are monsters.
Yeah. I think you could make an argument that like whatever rational part of yourself knows that you have no hope of making out of the situation alive if all of your allies die.
Sure. So, with zero hesitation and full of confidence,
Okay. Oh my god.
I take a stab at this horrific beast, but it's not horrific because I'm tough. Sorry, that is a 13.
That does not hit.
I'm so scared I miss the hyena beast.
Yeah, that's fair.
I take cunning action
Mm-hmm.
to move to impose a flank on the hyena.
Okay. So Juniper, you see Mateo run up behind you as this creature gets you with the spear, but he stops up short and has difficulty and fear attempting to attack it. So as the creature looks and snarls at him, he ducks around to the other side, hoping to get a better angle.
I'm gonna slash at this mosquito bat right in front of me. 25. 25. 25. I'm gonna guess that hits.
You know what? That's good.
8 plus 4, 12.
Wow.
What do you hit it with?
Battle axe.
Yeah, like chopping like a paper thin slice of an onion because it's so fucking small. I think maybe honestly you could reasonably hit it with like the flat of your battle axe. You don't need to pierce it. You can just smash it into the ground.
Great.
Does it like explode with the blood of what it sucked, like, mosquitoes?
This one didn't suck too much, so it's not super like. But the one on Juniper is getting fat around the belly.
Can I move?
You can.
All right. Well, with that guy mushed up into mosquito mash, I'm gonna move to this hyena man.
For the sake of this, they are gnolls
I ran up to this knoll. Is this close enough to impose protection on those two?
within 5 feet. So yes.
Okay.
It's my turn now, right? So Juniper is gonna try and get this thing off her arm, this mosquito off her arm.
Okay. You can just do that as an action,
Okay, I do that.
but that'll be like your action. You can't attack this turn.
That's fine. I want it gone. Can I do it and hurt it? Can I like squish it in my hand if it's small?
Pretty much, you can use one action to remove it. If you tried to hit it when it was on you, you would take maybe some residual damage from that.
Yeah, so I'll just pull it off.
Okay. Wetly, you yank the proboscis out of your arm, and blood oozes out of the wound and down your arm. This thing looks very satisfied with itself as it pokes and prods its way out of your grasp and buzzes in front of you.
Yeah, I'll go run to the lady.
Okay.
I have some berries for her.
You'll take an attack of opportunity if you... Okay. Mosquito thing gets a hit on you, which lands, and the gnoll... Beyonce's gnoll does not hit you. It tries to lash out with its spear as you try to pull away, and Olivet kind of gives it a jab in the ribs with her armored elbow and says, hurry.
Wait, how much damage did I take?
From the mosquito, you took 5 points of damage. We're getting into it. We're going to learn combat this campaign. Y'all been skating by for too long. You see this gnoll leering over this woman. You get a better look at her. She is wearing robes of like a medium brown. She is a kind of chubby girl with dark skin, lots of curly dark hair, and green framed glasses that are now spattered with mud and crooked on her face. She is crawling back against the wall of the ravine.
Hey, are you okay?
No. I mean, no. That's very kind of you to ask. No.
All right, we're here to help. Just stay low. Yeah, stay low.
Stay low. What are you talking about? Watch out. That guy's going to get you. And,
Does that guy come get me?
well, let's see. Whose turn is it now? Mosquitoes or... Okay, Mosquito's going to not get you, but this guy's going to get you. So the mosquito flies up to Mateo.
Yeah.
And this one flies over to the hyena man. And I assume you're not protecting the hyena man.
No, I'm good.
So that's a miss on Mateo. And a hit on the hyena man. I feel like I'm playing against myself a little bit here. But it does lodge itself onto the back of the hyena man's leg and start slurping some more blood. Probably to your advantage. This one is going to try to drink some more of the lady's blood. And it does. And she screams as it kind of lands on her head and plunges it down into her scalp.
Ugh.
I know, it's such a bummer. You should help her. Whose turn is it now? Anisha?
Yeah.
You're chilling like a villain.
I have significantly fewer hit points than everyone else here, so nothing's like immediately threatening me.
Just your loved ones.
I'll get closer. So yeah, I'm about 10 feet away from Olivet, and I'll take the dodge action.
Okay, now it is the turn of the hyena men. This one's gonna go for Juniper again. You really did it to yourself, girl. That's a hit. For another 6 points of damage.
At -3.
Amazing. You run up to this girl, you're like, we're
I've
here to help you.
Got this. Yeah. And this one is going to spend its turn ripping the mosquito off its leg. And then it's going to attempt to move away. Oh, nice. This one has a bonus action thing where if it reduces someone to 0 or below, it can move and make another attack.
Oh god.
So it's going to move up to Anisha. With blood on its muzzle, awash in the thrill of the hunt, or whatever it does. Mm-hmm. And it's going to fuck you up.
With disadvantage.
And that disadvantage prevents it from hitting you. This one is going to try to move a little bit, at least out of being like double teamed. So Mateo, you can get an attack of opportunity on it.
I will get an attack of opportunity on it. That's 14.
14 does not hit.
It's me now. Is this this being the mound that the girl is on? Is that difficult terrain?
No, it's not.
Okay. I don't like the prospect of having my blood sucked. That's my most immediate thing I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take a good old stab at the mosquito adjacent to me.
Okay.
I'd assume that hits.
Absolutely.
8 damage from a rapier.
It's gone.
Nice.
You fence its proboscis like a beautiful ching, ching, ching sword fight, and then you get it under its little underbelly.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's good. I will take dodge as a cunning action.
Great. You dodge. Olivet.
Well, first, free action, I'm gonna say, Mateo, go feed Juniper her berries. Shit. I'm sorry, her name's Jessica.
I don't have any berries.
She has berries. I'm gonna take an attack of opportunity in favor of being close to Anisha.
You wouldn't take an attack of opportunity because you're not leaving a threatened square. You're not like moving out of its range.
Yeah.
Oh, I am gonna attack this one right in front of me then.
Okay.
So, that is a 8.
Is that a natural 8?
No, it is a natural 2.
Yeah, naturally it's nothing. Shit.
I'm gonna action surge and try to hit it again. That's a 18.
18 hits.
Great. This went much better. 7 plus 4.
Nice.
11.
Yeah, that is the first hit someone's made against these things. So they're still looking pretty spry and mad. Juniper, you need to make a death saving throw.
17.
Nice. You're really good at not dying. That's what I've always loved about you. And now it's Mosquito turn. This one is going to continue to bother Mateo, but with disadvantage, because you dodging. And that disadvantage is helpful for you, because it does not let a hit. And this one is continuing to drink blood from the girl, who is going to act. She could get a turn too, why not? And she is clearly upset about the thing feasting on her scalp blood, but she actually leans forward and takes a look at Juniper's form on the ground. And she reaches next to her and picks up a staff off the ground that's wrapped in, like at the top, in heavy green cloth. And she casts a spell on you.
You put a spell on me.
Bow, bow, bow.
Hex girl.
Ooh, that wasn't where I was going. That's good too.
Gonna put a spell on you.
Gonna put a spell.
She heals you for 9 points.
Nice.
Your eyelids flutter open and you see her leaning over, her glasses slipping down the bridge of her nose, and she says, you just lie there, okay? Stay low, and I'll take care of it.
As something sucks her blood.
Yeah, she
Nice.
seems a little nonplussed about it, and she stands up. It is Anisha's turn.
Yeah, now that Olivet's beside me and there's no mosquitoes, I feel better. So
Wow, that's so wholesome.
so I'll start whacking on this knoll with my quarterstaff.
Likes Olivet, dislikes mosquitoes.
13.
Does not hit.
I'll try again. So much better.
A lot better?
A lot better.
Okay, then that hits. A lot better hits.
Amazing. 4 points of damage.
Nice, and that is the one in front of you?
Yes.
That's the first hit on that one as well. And they are both kind of leaning back because now they feel like they've got a little bit of force to contend with. And it is their turn. And they're going to try to attack you. That disadvantage is for others and not yourself, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't apply to me.
Olivet gets hit for 3 points of damage as one of their spears bashes you in the head. Anisha, you are about to take a hit when Olivet lunges forward and kind of mashes her shield against the muzzle of one of the beasts and pushes it to the side, like a dog who's not supposed to have any treats. He had his treat. And now it is Mateo's turn.
I attack with my crossbow the hyena man that is engaged with the cap. Ugh. Ugh. 12.
It's like, Olivet taught me how to use the crossbow, but that was on like dry ground, even ground, nothing was moving, no mosquitoes, so it's like chill, you know what I mean? Like chill out for a second while I figure this out.
Yeah. So even though I miss, which was what that was essentially saying, I will take my cunning action to disengage and still help the cap by moving to flank the knoll down the hill.
All right, yeah, it's sort of scrabbling up the side of this ravine, and you get down to a position below it where you're pretty sure it barely even notices you, despite you just shooting at it. It's really focused on cracking open the sweet stuff under Olivet's armor. Like cracking like a meal, like a shrimp. Anyway, lobster? Anyway.
I'm a lobster.
Yeah. Olivet, it's your turn, you crazy lobster of a lady.
Well, I'm gonna attack this knoll in front of me again.
Okay.
And ask Mateo if he's doing alright with that there crossbow.
I'm doing okay, you get advantage.
Oh, great.
So you don't have to be cheeky towards me. I'm trying to help you out.
Oh, and I really needed that advantage because that's a 16 and a 3, so it's a 22.
Roll your damage.
Great. I take back all the cheeky things I said. 6 plus 4. 10 damage.
You say Mateo now, and Mateo tries to get like a bit of a shove going on the hyena man so that he loses his footing, and he loses his footing directly onto your axe, which provides a nice amount of support and bracing. And he howls wildly and pulls back as blood streams down the front of his leather armor in huge gouts. His friend, brother, husband, looks over and howls in a similar sympathetic rage.
All 3 of those things?
No, I don't think so. You've been watching too much Game of Thrones. Pop culture. Okay.
Oh, Mateo, you're looking less green by the day.
Thanks, Cap.
Juniper, you are on your back in some fetid water.
Gross.
I mean, what's new, right?
Yeah. I miss the days of yesterday when I was taking.
Also in sweaty water. Oh, right. No, you took a bath yesterday. That's good.
So what's near me? There's this lady,
Yeah.
and she has a mosquito on her head, and there's a mosquito over here by itself.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna go for this by itself mosquito. I don't know. Do you need help? Actually, as I say to her,
She smiles. She says, no. Do what you need to do.
she doesn't. I have lost this lady's. She doesn't think I can do anything. So I'm gonna go over to number 5 and give it a dagger stab. I'll give it a sword stab. And then I don't.
What's the total?
5.
No, not quite. Now it is Mosquito turn and the lady. The lady, you actually hear Juniper from directly behind you. The lady is singing softly to herself. And when you turn to look back to see what the hell she's doing, she has her hand gently around the top of the mosquito, and she's singing to it, and then she slowly and winces a little bit and pulls it off the top of her head. And instead of flinging it away, she actually pulls it down and kind of cradles it close to her. She says, all right, let's help you out then. And she moves forward to help you out with the last mosquito. Yeah, she's just going to try to hit it, I guess, with her staff. She doesn't. And it's going to try to hit you.
It's harder than it looks.
She's like, no, you're perfectly right about that. Ooh, but it does hit you. For 3 points of damage.
Now I'm at 6.
And it finds a new spot on the other arm and starts slurping again.
Ugh.
Yeah, she says, oh, those suckers stay on real tight, don't they?
It's quarterstaff time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
Not so good.
Worse.
Not so great. The gnolls are going to attack the one that's fighting Olivet. Looks like it's on the brink of annihilation, so it's really kind of going all out. Hell yeah. Olivet, you take another 3 points of damage, but you feel like you've got this thing on the ropes, and Mateo's helping you out from behind, so you're not too worried about it.
Speaking of Mateo, newfound confidence. He's like, wait a minute, these are just like men, but kind of hyenas. And if I forget about the hyena part, it's like they're just men. And then he attacks with that thought in mind, with advantage because of the flanking, and definitely hits him on 21, I think. So I do get my sneak attack damage and my regular rapier damage. Ooh, baby. 16 total.
Yeah, you see him take another swipe at Olivet, and you're like, wait a minute, he's just a man, or whatever you said.
I said that he's a hyena man, but if I take away the hyena part, he's pretty much just a man, and I could fight men because I've met them before, and so I can stab this guy, and then I stab him.
Yeah, you take away the hyena part quite literally by stabbing his hyena head, and leaving just the man parts left. The man's corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus the fur and everything else that's...
Well, the fur falls off and he turns into a regular actuary.
Okay.
No, just a dead hyena guy.
That's the first time I killed anything. That's pretty messed up. But
Yeah.
that's fine. I'm an orphan boy. I've seen shit, I think, probably. So I'm going to, once again, cunning action. Don't think I need to disengage, but move to get the flank on the next hyena just regular man.
Olivet?
I'm gonna move right in front of the gnoll and attack him, same as always. So 20, not natural.
That hits.
7 points damage.
Whew. You slice it with its battle axe, and it howls again, also in anguish as its brother husband drops to the ground. Juniper, it's your turn.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna pull this mosquito off my arm.
Sure.
I roll for that, right?
No, you don't have to. Are you going to move at all?
I don't think so. I'm pretty tired.
Lost a lot of blood.
I might take a seat.
Okay. Now it is Mosquito's turn. it is going to buzz off and try to get Olivet because it has drunk a lot of your blood. You can get an attack of opportunity, though.
Oh, yay. Hey, 15.
Nice. Roll some damage.
I guess I'd probably use my short sword because that's what I've been trying to use all day. So, 3.
Yeah, at this point, this one has had a lot of sweet, sweet blood today. It looks like a fucking Viva Pinata. And when it tries to, like, lazily, sluggishly flap its wings and lift its swollen thorax away, you give it a nice underhand slice, and it careens into a nearby tree stump and just, like...
Oh, God. I was waiting for you to tell me I pop it open and cover it in my own blood.
I was headed there, and then I was like, Jillian's probably gonna kill me if I go any further this week, so I'll save it for tomorrow.
It just got too greedy.
Just got too greedy,
It
and ain't
had-
that
it
the
had more than
problem?
enough.
There's one null remaining, and is Anisha's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And now 2 of my friends are helping me, and I get advantage.
You do.
Natural 20.
That's happened so many times before. I don't know why we're just acting like it's sounding now.
8 damage.
How does it go?
I think I look over to Olivet and just kind of nod, and then I just lift my quarterstaff behind me and whack it straight down over the head as hard as I can.
You cut its howl off midway, and the shriek just dies in its throat, and it sort of lets out a weak kind of... And it slumps down to the ground next to its just brother. The woman is still holding on to the little mosquito. She's got it crooked in her arm, and she says, oh, gods above, thank you so much for helping me. I didn't know I was going to make it there for a minute. What are you doing out here? Are you travelers?
What are you doing with that thing?
Oh, I just needed to grab one for my research. I'm sorry, I'm being so rude. My name is Sprat. Elsie Sprat. It's nice to meet all of you. What are your names?
I'm Juniper.
Oh, wait, it is?
Yeah.
Is that a point of contention?
Oh,
No, I don't think so.
What's your name?
How do we know you're not a siren?
what? No, she's not.
Aren't sirens all those, like, strange glowy ladies in the forest at night? It's daytime and I'm not glowing, so that's 2 points in my favor. Although, to be fair, suspicion is warranted. I am a strange woman you came across in the middle of the thicket. I'd be suspicious too if I were in your shoes, but let me just say that you can trust me.
Captain Olvera.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You did some mighty work on that thing there.
I don't trust you. I mean, I don't say that, but I don't trust her.
Mateo. Hi.
It's good to see you.
What's the nature of your research?
Well, I'm a student of Master Hemlock in Willow Run, not too far down the road, of course you know it, and I needed a steerage to continue my work today, so I knew they nested around these parts. What I didn't know is that there were some gnolls in this territory. I found that out the hard way, if you can believe that. I walked out here in the morning, didn't take too long, but of course I'm feeling a little bit sluggish. Is it alright if I maybe catch a lift with you? Where y'all headed?
Willow Run.
It's not really our decision to make.
And there's not really a lot of other places to go anyway.
Yeah, that's still not our decision to make. You'd have to ask Barf, the leader.
Fair enough. Could you be so kind as to take me to her?
And just start walking away. She can follow.
Okay.
I try and get up. It's with some effort.
She helps you.
Thank you.
She says, you took quite a hit there. You feeling all right?
How am I feeling? Not all right. I'm at less than half.
You'd probably be like pretty weak in the knees if you lost that much blood too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm unsteady.
She says, once you get back to your ride, we'll get you something to eat and you'll feel a little bit better, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you. If you hadn't come rushing in when you did, I'd be null food by now.
Yeah, I know what that. I think I know what that feels like. I guess there's mostly mosquito food.
Yeah. They those suckers will get you in, but once you know how to deal with them, she holds up the sleeping one. She's like, they're not too bad.
How did you do that?
Well, it's a talent I possess. It's something that Master Hemlock taught me.
Who's Master Hemlock?
Oh, he's my teacher in Willow Run.
Yeah, but what does he teach?
Well, he teaches magic, of course.
Oh, any kind of magic?
Well, he's a druid.
He's a druid.
Yeah, so that's why we study all the the beasts and the flora of the thicket so we can try to make our way in them, peacefully and with purpose. That's what he always says. Peacefully and with purpose.
Tell you what. You heal us up and we'll give you passage.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's more than fair. I did already give her a good old helping of Mother Nature's sweet Gatorade, but let's see what I can't muster up for the rest of you. And she looks around the little kind of ravine for a second, and she snaps off a little branch of a shrub that has a cluster of small berries on it. And she holds it close, and she whispers something into the berries very softly. And when she pulls the branch away, they're now thick and plump and red and look very similar to the berries that you found in the drawer of the toll house. And she says, "These aren't much, but it's kind of the best I can do right now. Hope it's worth your while."
Did you just talk to berries?
Yeah. You never done it before? They got a lot to say if you know how to listen.
Can't say I have, no.
Under my breath, I'm like, this girl is a wacko.
You don't have to eat them if you don't want to, but they're pretty tasty if I do say so myself. I'm glad I've settled on a consistent accent for this one. It was real shaky at first, but she's going to be important, I think.
I think I happily take some berries.
There you go. She's got a cluster of like 8 or 9. She gives you 3.
3. I take them.
Any of you? You look like you took a couple of hits. It's okay if you don't, but
I, brusquely just second wind into full health again.
you can just do a standing backflip, and you're like, "I'm fine." All right. Are you there?
I'm all right, actually.
What about you? I didn't see if you got any scratches on you.
No, I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Y'all must be quite skilled to have swept in and dealt with that so ruthlessly. Where'd y'all train? Where you from?
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I've only used a crossbow one day.
You're kidding. You could not have told me
know.
that. I would not have believed you. My
I know,
goodness.
pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah.
And actually, I've never used a rapier until today. I just was figuring it out as I went.
What, they find you on the side of the road or something?
More like a street corner.
Street corner. Get a load of this little cutie pie. All right. Captain, shall we head back?
Just 1 second. And I want to take, like a belt or, like, a horn or something that the gnolls had on them.
Sure. They had some, like, kind of crude leather armor. One of them had, like, a kind of shitty crude spear, and the other one had, like, a fairly nice spear that had, like, nice cured leather wrapped around for handles and a well-sharpened point.
Okay, I want to take that, and I put it in Anisha's hands, and I'm like, it's a trophy. And then I walk away.
All right.
Yikes.
This woman, Elsie Spratt, follows you back up to the wagon where Barth is waiting nervously with Granny and Ogman. Ogman says, "Almost dying. I think that sounded like maybe even not dying."
I mean, we didn't die. Gesture to the spear.
That wasn't a mudman, was it? No. We're all Southern now, unfortunately, to my dismay.
No, Miss Spratt, what was that thing?
That's a knoll. They're a little fearsome, territorial. I think I might have stumbled on the wrong path, but I got my man, so to speak, and we all made it out safe and sound, so 2 fewer knolls in the world.
I shrug, I don't know what that means.
Yep.
Means we killed him.
Oh yeah, Barf. Barf, this is the
You know what my name is.
Sprat.
Okay.
Well, Sprat can speak for themselves, so.
Yeah, I'll just do a whole thank you. Sprat relays her situation to Barth, and Barth says, she gave you guys magic berries?
Yeah. Oh, I eat mine, by the way.
They're good and heal you 3 hit points.
Thank you.
Says,
Then you die!
instantly. She says, I mean, sounds like she helped you out as much as you did her. I don't have a problem with taking an extra soul as long as she doesn't slow us down. Are you all okay with that?
Yeah.
I'll just get in the caravan.
Ogman's like, "Welcome aboard to the Caravan of Adventure!" And Granny gives her a little sip of whiskey. And Elsie Spratt sits in the wagon with you as you head down the road to Willow Run. She's pretty cheerful. She's humming to herself. She has, from her satchel, pulled a little wire cage that she tucks the mosquito into and sets it down, and it sort of lazily kind of nods its head and buzzes around. And she says, "So if you're all coming south, you were probably just at the Fernwood.
Yeah, we just came from there.
How's Jenny Blackstock?"
She seems fine. I don't know. I don't know what she's normally like. She seemed normal.
It's a weird way to answer that question.
No, well, fine.
She seems super average. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's probably having a tough time, especially with business. I mean, y'all heard about what happened to Tower Hill.
Yeah.
We're from Tower Hill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My goodness, I'm sure it must be some difficult times up there.
How did you hear about that?
Well, all the candles went out.
I mean, what was your experience with the candles going out? What does that mean for you?
Well, I know the sympathy candles are connected to the giant old candle. You can still see it a little bit from Willow Run if you stand in the right place on the right night. So, when they all went out, we assumed something happened. I haven't heard any news since then. Did the magic fade, or was there an eclipse? I would have known if there wasn't an eclipse. Now I could tell that.
No, the candle was destroyed.
Goodness me. That is hard to hear. What's to be done now?
Try and get it back.
Didn't you write down or make a note of that symbol?
Oh, I did. Do you want me to show it to her?
Well, I guess as more of like a side, it's kind of like, hey, should we, that
Yeah.
weird blood thing. Show this, what's her name again?
Elsie? She also just goes by Sprat sometimes.
It's Sprat. Sprat.
She's adorable, I've decided.
Hey, Sprat.
Yeah?
As a druid, how much do you know about, I guess,
Blood.
like, pretty knowledgeable about magic?
Well, I guess I ought to tell y'all the truth, and I mean, I'm a druid to be. You know, I'm in training still with Master Hemlock, and hopefully soon I'll take on the full mantle, but I'd say I'm fairly skilled. I could do the berries thing. I can talk to animals sometimes. I healed you well enough, I thought.
You did. So we're on a bit of a mission. Do you guys mind if I...
Would we be able to meet Hemlock when we get to...
I'd be delighted to introduce you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, disregard for now.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe she knows something. We're trying to figure out something about what happened to the candle. That's really why we're going to Willow Run.
That's your job, is it? Like, that's why all of you are traveling?
Oh, well, yeah, that's why we're traveling.
Oh, goodness.
And we found this. Doesn't mean anything to you. I show her the drawing I made of it. I mean, it was in blood on the floor of a hotel room. And Ginny's in the Fernwood. And I just did my best to copy it down.
Let me take a look. And she holds it up to the window light to get a better view, and she kind of mumbles to herself, and she says, well, it's a divination spell. I don't know how much y'all know, but...
We know it's a divination spell.
Yeah.
We know it's maybe necromancy or something.
Absolutely, yeah. I'd say, whatever this was, someone was using it to locate... It's hard to exactly specify, maybe an object or maybe a person, but an aura. It's trying to detect magic somewhere. Necromantic magic, maybe, by the looks of it. It's looking for some kind of power source, and that might be a great artifact, or a person, or even like certain kinds of wind. Wind's very powerful. Don't just count it. It's a little Elsie tip.
All right, I will account for the wind. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the ride. In fact, I think we're not too far now. And she is right. Less than 10 minutes later, the wagon crests a small hill and turns a sharp corner. And as you turn the corner, the town of Willow Run comes into view. A gentle brook coils lazily through the heart of the town, its banks dotted with green and white willow trees that lend the town its name. Small houses and cottages are arranged on meandering, curving roads, and each one has a sizable garden attached. Many of these gardens look to be filled with mushrooms and root vegetables, and further in the distance you can see properties with larger amounts of farmland. Two things catch your eye. The first is that several of these homes are dotted with small, glowing blue lights. As you get closer, you can see that something growing in each of the gardens is giving off a tealish glow, but they're too small to make it out from this distance. The second thing you see by the riverbank as you draw close is a statue of a woman, styled similarly to the statue of Ulicon in the Tower Hill village square. Then Elsie interrupts your odd silence. Look there, she says, pointing out the wagon window. That's Master Hemlock's house. Thanks for listening to Many Realms. We are a fun group of guys and gals just podding casts, casting pods, and chasing our dreams, and we'd love it if you join us in this adventure. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe, share, fave, tweet, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time on Many Realms.